Hello everyone. Today we are going to study Standard 10's Unit 2, Lesson number 3, that is Connecting the Dots. This lesson is actually a speech given by Steve Jobs, born in 1955 and died in 2011, who was an American entrepreneur, business magnate, inventor and industrial designer. He was the chairman, chief executive officer and co-founder of Apple Incorporated. He is widely recognized as one of the pioneers of the microcomputer revolution of the 1970s and 1980s. Now, in this speech, he tells us about 3 stories from his life. The first story is about connecting the dots. The second one is about love and loss. And the third one is about death. Now let us see the very first story of his life. While he was studying in Reed College, and after studying for 6 months, he decided to be drop-in. Drop-in means not drop out, but drop-in in the sense as a visiting student, as a visitor. And for another 18 months, he studied as a visitor student. And why did he decide to be a visiting student? Because he was interested in calligraphy instruction, because Reed College was famous for the same. Now let us see why he decided to be a visiting student, because it was quite difficult for him to afford the college fees, as he says that he did not afford a dormitory or a hostel, so he has to slept on the floor in his friends' rooms, and he had to return Coke bottles for 5 cents each. And what he says that, see, he was he did not afford good food every day. So he says that every Sunday he had to walk almost 7 kilometers across the town to the Hare Krishna temple, where he could get good food. He continued his calligraphy classes and he learned serif and sans serif typefaces, means fonts. Now what he says that how it helped him later on. So that is what he calls connecting the dots. When we are doing something, we do not know how it is going to help us in future, but later on we come to know how our previous knowledge can help us. So he says that when he was designing the first Macintosh computer, so that time this calligraphy knowledge or serif sans serif typefaces helped him a lot. Okay, and that is why he says that this Macintosh computer has multiple typefaces. So this is something called connecting the dots. He says that whatever we are doing sincerely, so it gets connected and helps us in a better way. It get connected in one or the other day in future. But actually while we are studying something, we are not aware of it, or we are doing something, we are not aware of it, in what way it is going to help us in future. Now let us see what he says. You should have trust in some things, means your gut means your courage, determination, or destiny, life, karma, whatever. But until and unless you do not believe in something and you do not sincerely follow it, you cannot get success. Now the second story is about love and loss. He says that he started Apple when he was 20 years old, and within 10 years his company that was started in a garage, it turned into $2 billion company. Okay, with his friend was also there to accompany him. So two of them started Apple. But then unfortunately he says, I got fired means I lost my job, or I was removed from the job. Now he says that something slowly began to down on me. Okay, began to down on means began to become clear to him. And what it was, let us see, that he should do what he loved. Doesn't matter, he had lost his job, he had lost his company, but still he can pursue what he loved a lot. He says that the heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being beginner again. Being a beginner again. Again, he started working as a beginner, and he started two companies of his own, Next and Pixar. Now, meanwhile, he met one amazing woman who became his wife, and Pixar became world's most successful animation studio, and Apple bought Pixar, and in this way he came back to his previous company. So this is something love and loss. He did what he loved, he had to face loss, but doesn't matter, he did not give up, and he got success. He came back to his previous company. Now the last story is about death, and what he says that sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Means life gives you a great shock, and you are helpless, you don't understand what to do. So he says that about a year ago, I diagnosed with cancer. My doctor advised me to go home and get my affairs in order, which is doctor's code for prepare to die. Means doctor told him to get his affairs done, in the sense ki to complete whatever incomplete tasks he wanted to do, or to write his will, whatever. Now I lived with that diagnosis all day. Later that evening I had a biopsy. He did biopsy, and it turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that is curable with surgery. So he came to know that his cancer could be cured with a surgery, and in this way he had the surgery, and now he is all right. So he says that we don't know how we have to face death, and so he says that we have to see that we are doing whatever we love, because time is limited. He says that your time is limited, so don't waste in living someone else's life. This is a very important sentence that many times many people I have seen living somebody else's life. Means they are interested in others' life than their own. So we have to see that we are living our life, and we are pursuing our own interests instead of getting involved in others' matters. So he says that don't be trapped by dogma. Dogma means any belief, okay, don't which is living with the results of other people's thinking. So don't get influenced by the thinking of the other people. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner interest. So see that the noise of other people's opinions, it is not overcoming your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Intuition means your inner will. You should have that much courage. Instead of following others' advices, we should follow our intuition and our interest. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. And the last example he has given, that is about one line that he read in the last edition of the whole earth catalog, and that line says that stay hungry, stay foolish. So he says that I want to be the same. I want to stay hungry in the sense to learn new things, and I want to stay foolish in the sense from the opinion of the other people. Other people keep calling you, okay, foolish, doesn't matter, don't bother about the same, but always stay hungry to learn new things, follow your own interest, doesn't matter people call you foolish, and you will be successful. So this is a wonderful lesson by Steve Jobs. I request all the students to personally go through the lesson and to solve the exercises given below. Thank you very much.